What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. As always, thank you for tuning in. So, Elon Musk sparks massive Disney boycott. This is great. This is great. And actually, before we even move on, I'm gonna have to give some type of advisory because there's probably gonna be an F-bomb on here, maybe even 2 or 3, maybe one from me, maybe one from Elon. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I do just want to give an advisory. I hardly ever drop the F-bomb on this podcast. In fact, I don't even think I personally have. Not because I don't curse. I actually curse a lot. I curse like a sailor. Ask anybody that knows me. I use curse words as like sentence enhancers. So I cuss all the time. And and actually, when I started the podcast, it was really weird trying to control my language. When I first started the show, it was actually pretty tough. And it's not because I don't want to cuss. It's because when you cuss on your podcast, you have to mark it as explicit. And when you mark your podcast as explicit, they throttle you down. It doesn't go as far. It doesn't have as big of reach. And listen, we don't need any other throttling on this show than we already have. I almost know for a fact my show's being throttled. I don't know if from Apple Podcasts. I don't think so, but it's definitely being throttled by places like YouTube, Facebook. But first, before we move on, I actually looked into curse words, and it's crazy. So in my defense, there was a study done by Cambridge University about people that use curse words, and it confirms that people that curse a lot when speaking are more honest. Yeah, believe it or not. I actually heard of this study a long time ago, but I never actually looked into it. But I got an article here from Psychology Today. It says, do you curse a lot? It says, good for you. A study from University of Cambridge researcher says that you're likely an honest person. Those who swear may be more honest than those who keep their language clean. Maintains David Stilwell, a reader in computational social science at the Judge Business School, one of the authors of a 2017 study. Those who curse use fewer social filters and therefore may be more honest. Well, there you go, folks. I'm about as honest as they get. That pleads my case. I'm honest when I talk because I curse a lot. Ask anybody that knows me. So the more somebody curses, and I kind of understand what it's saying. It's the more somebody curses, the more they're not using filter language, which means they're not thinking about what they're saying, which sounds bad. But if you really think about it on an honesty perspective, they're giving you exactly what's on their mind. So if they say a cuss word, that's what they're thinking. And I think that's how I feel about curse words when I talk. All right, so we got that out of the way. I just thought that was pretty cool to read to you. So I wanted to get into this Elon Musk thing and this boycott, and I am so glad that Disney is getting boycotted, and we need to Bud Light Disney immediately. All right, immediately, because what this interview reveals is that Disney, the big corporations, all these people are essentially fighting to censor people. They're fighting against free speech. That is the message that they have sent. And in fact, that's exactly what Elon Musk says. So I got an article here by hat tip to Anthony Scott. Elon Musk tells advertisers trying to blackmail him to go fuck yourself. This is great, man. And I have to say, it feels really weird saying the fuck word on the podcast. Anyways, all right, the owner of X, Elon Musk, had some choice words for advertisers trying to blackmail him. Musk, while speaking at the 2023 Deal Book Summit in New York, shared, quote, if somebody's going to try and blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself. Musk continued, don't advertise. The founder of Tesla concluded his statement by saying, hi, Bob, which was a shot at the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger. Disney previously decided to pull ads off of X after hit pieces written by Media Matters, CNN, and CNNBC falsely painted Musk as anti-Semitic. Yeah, what they did to Elon Musk and what they continue to do to X, formerly known as Twitter, is disgusting. And it should just be proof to everybody that these are the censor people. These are the hate people. They are. These people want to censor you, your free speech. They don't care. Why do they want to censor people? There was something Dennis Prager said a long time ago, and I'll never forget it. It actually changed my life a lot. He said, if you ever want to know which side is lying, just figure out which side is trying to censor people. If Bob Iger and Apple and all these woke corporations, if they're being honest with what they feel and what they believe, then they wouldn't have to censor the other side. They censor the other side and they support censorship because they're lying about everything. These woke-ass corporations like BlackRock, Vanguard, Disney, Amazon, Apple, all of them. They're just pathetic virtue signalers. That's all they are. They bend the knee to the mob because they fear cancel culture. They don't want to get canceled. And we discussed the mob for a long time. But anyways, before we go on, I want to play you the audio. Here is Elon Musk telling the advertisers to go fuck themselves. Here, check this out.
If you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
But
go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
How do you think then about...
They're shocked. The guy is shocked. I hope you guys see the video. I'm going to post it on my social media platform. Elon Musk I think he has Asperger's, so he's really kind of socially awkward anyways. So when he says this, you can tell this guy has just got the biggest case of the fuckets he's probably ever had in his life. When he was asked that question by the interviewer, you could tell he was frustrated, and I fully understand where he's coming from. I would hate the fact that these advertisers, these rich, woke billionaires, are constantly holding my platform hostage by threatening their money, blackmailing them for money, essentially saying, look, if you don't start censoring people, we're going to stop holding up your company, because that's how Twitter makes its money. That's how X makes its revenue, is from advertisers. Millions, possibly even billions of dollars from Apple, Amazon, Google, Disney. They pay X money for advertising. And what Media Matters did, it's so disgusting what they did, and I'm so glad that they're getting sued by not just Elon Musk, but by Rumble now, and multiple other people are investigating into joining a class action lawsuit against Media Matters, and they should. I think they're going to win. What they did to X was they created fake accounts, right? They created a few fake accounts, and they scoured X and Twitter. They scoured X. I hate the whole Twitter X thing. I don't like X as the name. It drives me nuts. But anyways, we talked about that already. They scoured X, formerly known as Twitter, and they were trying to find the most anti-Semitic posts they can find from people. And what they did was, when they found a post that they wanted that looked anti-Semitic enough for them, they just spammed the refresh button. And as they're spamming refresh button, the advertisements get refreshed too. And so what they did was they just kept spamming. And I guess from what the data says from Elon says that they did this all day. They were doing this all day, spamming. And then they got one advertisement from either Disney or Apple to pop up next to this anti-Semitic tweet, and then they screenshot it. And then they posted a hit piece the next day in their article or online or whatever it was, essentially saying, look, Apple and Disney, and do you guys really want your advertisements next to this type of anti-Semitic content? And so they pulled their advertisers. Ladies and gentlemen, that is fraud. That could be defamation. And I think it is. Like, that kind of stuff should be illegal, and Media Matters knows it's going to be a tough case because of section of the protections they have by the First Amendment and all kinds of other case law. But I think Elon Musk is totally right to take these people to task. Take their asses to court and let's settle it. Get it done with. And I hope Media Matters loses, and Elon Musk and Rumble and whoever else is part of the lawsuit ends up owning Media Matters and turns it into a free speech platform. That's what I hope happens. That would be poetic justice, wouldn't it? So that's what they did. And that's what he's pissed off about. And I would be pissed off too. They're essentially blackmailing him and holding his company over his head. Because shortly after this comment that he made, he said that by them pulling their ads, they're purposely trying to tank the company X. They're trying to essentially dissolve our one and only free speech platform. Why would you do that? Like, really, why do these people fear free speech so much? Because they're lying. They're lying, and it only takes, just like Dennis Prager said, it only takes 15 minutes. It could take one post of the truth to completely destroy the indoctrination that these people like Apple and Amazon and Google and Disney have been injecting into our society and our culture for the last 4 years. In 15 minutes, you can completely destroy everything that these people believe in 15 minutes with the truth. That's why they're scared. That's why they want censorship. Nothing else. That is it. Because they are liars. That's it. They are liars and they do not value the truth. And so what do? You just censor the truth. It's the worst possible thing. Our media truly is the enemy of the republic. It really is. It pisses me off so much if you couldn't tell. So anyways, so currently Elon has filed a massive lawsuit against Media Matters for allegedly creating fake accounts that then curated posts and advertising appearing on the account's timeline to misinform advertisers about the placement of their posts. That's what happened, all right? Elon Musk X Corp will file thermonuclear multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Media Matters on Monday after catching them in major fraudulent activity. And I hope he wins. But this is the thing. We need to start fighting back. Because of this comment, because of what Disney has done in collusion with Apple and Media Matters and all these other media companies like CNN and CNNBC, all these frauds that just want to censor people, which is so weird to me. The censorship is un-American. I've never seen a party, a political party, a faction of people in this country support censorship as much as these people do here. And it's actually a proven fact. There was a Pew Research poll that was put out that said 70% of Democrats support mass government censorship. That was something we talked about weeks ago. 70%, which is a drastic uptick from the 20% that supported censorship just 5 years ago. So there you go. This is what happens when you allow Apple and Disney and Google and all of them. This is what happens when you let the woke corporations take over our culture and society. Now you have 70% of an entire political party that supports the government censoring people, and they're going to do it. They are going to do it. They are working on it right now, folks. The United States government, and I was going to get into this on the next show, the United States government is working on bills and executive orders right now. There was an executive order that was just signed that essentially allows the government to control the internet. And by having control of the internet, they can control what content is on the internet. Yes, it was a sneaky way that they got in through the back door to try and censor people. They're going to come after podcasts. They're going to come after YouTube creators. And they're going to be coming after everybody. Essentially, all dissenting opinions will be squashed, and you'll be officially living in a tyranny. All right? Because that's what it's going to lead to. So, because of this, Elon Musk sparked a massive Disney boycott. I got an article here from Revolver.news, hat tip to Darren Beatty. Elon Musk called out the insufferable woke corporations who are colluding with Media Matters to undermine X by slashing advertising revenue. Elon, in no uncertain terms, criticized corporations like Disney, telling them to go fuck themselves. Here is a tweet by NWokeness. The image of Elon Musk telling the CEO of Disney to go fuck himself is one for the ages, and it actually is. This is so great. One of the best images I've ever seen in my life. It's Elon Musk holding his hands up, staring into the camera and just saying, go fuck yourself. Because that's essentially how all of us feel. And that's okay. You can say go fuck yourself when you have the power like Elon Musk does. He's the richest man in the world, still. So even if X were to completely collapse and he had to take a $44 billion loss, which is what he paid for the company, which he wouldn't because it's obviously worth more than that. It's obviously worth something. He would probably still be the richest man in the world, even after losing this. So the man is putting up with a lot of bullshit just so that human beings and Americans can have a free speech platform. This is how much it means to him. And we have to give the guy credit. I understand the conservative voices that rag on Elon Musk for his connections with China. I get it. I totally understand. Do I fully trust Elon Musk? I'm not quite there yet, but I do have to say, I admire this guy a lot. I'm turning into quite a Elon Musk fanboy here. Because it's just, when you sit down and you really think about his accomplishments for humanity, the betterment of humanity, he's done more than most people I can think of. I would put him right up there as far as influential with Donald Trump. Imagine, and I know this is just a pipe dream, but imagine a Donald Trump, Elon Musk presidency. Would that not be insane? I think it would be great. And Elon Musk, he just looks so weird talking like this. when you watch the video, just look at it. He just looks so like a kid in the candy store. Like, this guy, he's like a 15-year-old with hundreds of billions of dollars. He really is, but he's a genius. He's genius level, man. Very smart guy. So anyways, I don't want to get off track. We need to make sure, we have to make these companies pay, man. And there's ways we can do it. And boycotts is one of them. And so now, following Elon's impassioned battle cry, the backlash against Disney is gaining momentum. Here's what's trending politics co-founder Colin Rugg had to say about Elon's bold declaration and the subsequent boycott that's unfolding right now. So, X users are canceling their Disney Plus subscriptions after Elon Musk told Disney CEO Bob Iger to go fuck yourself for blackmailing X. Good. Stop giving money to people who hate you and hate free speech. X users are fighting back and rallying behind Elon after he blasted advertisers for trying to blackmail him with money. Cancel Disney and Paramount Plus, at Nick America said. Another user wrote, cancel Disney and signed up for X Premium to help pay for free speech. And the last user here said, just cancel Disney Plus subscription. And that was at Derek Kevin Long. And that was just another user. And there's so many more, so many. I got onto this thread, and there is literally millions of people that have seen this, and there's hundreds of thousands of people that have posted that they've just canceled their Disney subscription. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this, I know it's hard. I know it sucks. It is a hard thing to do. I've done it for football. I no longer watch the NFL anymore. Not ever since they did their stupid little BLM woke stuff. I haven't watched one game of football since. If you're listening to this and you have Disney Plus subscription or Paramount, you must cancel your subscription. Cancel it. This is a way that we can fight back. We need to Bud Light Disney, period, immediately. Because these people, it makes sense. Just like Colin Rugg said, why would we pay people that hate us? Think about it. They hate us. Us people that voted for Donald Trump, the hard-working American people, the electricians, the plumbers, the mailmen, the carpenters, the roofers, the trash guys, regular America, when you look at an electoral map that's completely red with pockets, little specks of blue, they hate you. They hate us. They hate this country. They want to watch this country turn into ashes so that they can rebuild their perfect utopia. And if they can't turn it to ashes, they'll just slowly try to take over it with their money, with their power. People like George Soros, Bill Gates, Bob Iger, Jeff Bezos, all these people. They want to run the world as if they are the CEO of the globe. That is what they want. We call them the globalists. The globalists are slowly starting to destroy this country through woke culture. That is what this is. You have woke mobs, you have woke justice, you have woke politics, you have woke entertainment, woke education. They are wokeifying everything. Whatever woke means, I don't even know if there's a definition, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. Where you deny fundamental truth, like men can give birth. I'm sorry, I refuse to be lectured by people about integrity and truth from a bunch of people that think men can give birth, all right? I am not going to be lectured about dignity from a bunch of people that say men can compete in women's sports. I'm not going to do it, and that's exactly what's happening. They are destroying this country and this society and culture by denying fundamental truth. And not just denying fundamental truth, but they want you to deny fundamental truth. Men are men and women are women. Men cannot be women and women cannot be men. This must be a hill that we die on. And one of the ways that we can fight back is hitting them in their wallet. And that's exactly what's happening right now on Twitter. It's a massive movement that's happening right now. People are Bud Lighting Twitter. And I used the term Bud Light because Bud Light, they sank. They lost 50% of their revenue. I mean, they absolutely got destroyed for bringing in Dylan Mulvaney on their beer cans. And now Bud Light seems to be making some comeback because they teamed up with the UFC, and that's fine. I'm not trying to destroy American companies, right? The Bud Light, the owners and CEO of Budweiser and Anheuser-Busch, they apologized. They came out and apologized. And to me, that's a win. When the CEO of a company comes out and apologizes and completely changes course, dumps millions of dollars into patriotic commercials, apologizes, and actually changes course, to me, that is a win. And that's how we should see it. Conservatives should see that as a win. We should say, awesome, great, our boycott worked. We did exactly what we sought out to do, right? I don't want to destroy people's jobs. I'm not setting out to destroy corporations. If Bob Iger were to come out and drop millions of dollars on patriotic advertising and he would stop all the woke garbage and come out and apologize for everything, then that would be a win too. I wouldn't want to see Disney go under. I wouldn't want to see the amusement parks go under. I wouldn't want to see Disney Plus get canceled. But he's not. He's doubling down on it. And so that's completely different. And so we need to double down on Disney. We need to Bud Light Disney. That's what we need to do. And we can do it. We just have to hit them in their wallets, man. So indeed, Colin is onto something. It's beginning to seem like a mass exodus is underway as individuals proudly share their decisions to cancel their Disney Plus subscriptions. The boycott Disney posts are going viral. And here are some examples that I'm looking at here. It's huge. Absolutely huge. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people by now. So this is the last thing Disney needs at this moment, following a series of box office bombs, declining park attendance, and the downfall of their cable network. They need this boycott like a hole in the head. But once again, being woke trumps everything, even success. This movement feels like a cult. You can view the complete New York Times interview with Elon Musk here. And I will post that interview on my podcast description so you guys can go and watch it for yourself. Make sure you watch it. Look at Elon and just how fed up he is. The guy literally just had the biggest case of the fuckets I think I've ever seen. And that is exactly what needs to happen. I praise this guy. I give him credit. I can't hate on the guy for doing what he's done. He's done more for this country in the last 3 years than any of our politicians combined. All right? And he has the ability to. He is our biggest asset in this culture war that we're in. Right? We are in a culture war, and he's fighting this on multiple fronts. And honestly, for the longest time, I thought he was a leftist, and so did Democrats, because he was so gung-ho about the climate change and the EVs. He has the most successful electric vehicle markets. He's cornered the market with his Tesla. He does space flight. There's so many things that he does that a lot of people don't even know about. But I have to praise this man for what he's putting up with, man. I mean, if I was being blackmailed by these corporations to essentially bend the knee and start censoring people or lose my corporation or lose my company that I just spent $44 billion on so that I can give people their town square back is essentially what it is. Twitter, unfortunately, yes, because Twitter started as a free speech platform, but quickly evolved, just like Google, into a censorship platform. It wasn't free speech anymore. It was approved speech. And I think Elon just wants to give the American people their town square back. It is the digital town square of our day. Everybody's on it. And that's another thing you can do to support this battle. Download X, download the app. If you are not on X, you're not on Twitter, you don't have it, you don't use it, just download it. You don't have to be active. Just get on there. Start a username, pick a username, and start an account. That will help. It will, because for the advertisers that are there and they're still continuing to fund and give revenue to X, that it will help. It really will. And that's one of the things we can do to support Elon in this battle for our culture, for our society, and ultimately for our country. We are in a culture war here, folks. We are in a war. It is a multi-front culture war with free speech You have censorship, you have open borders, you have this wokeness garbage, the education system. There is a lot of multiple fronts in this war, and we need to help and back up Elon as much as we can. So if you can, download the X app, start an account, and if you think you can afford it, if you think you can afford it, subscribe to the premium content. Premium content, I think you get to upload, I have it, you can upload, it's essentially a blue check. You can buy a blue check now. You have to get confirmed. The only way to get a blue check is if you pay the $8 a month, or you are a media outlet or a journalist of some sort, whatever it is, but they have to verify your account. It's pretty complex. But you can pay the $8, and that would help out X a lot. I don't want to see Twitter or X. I don't want to see this platform gone. It is a way for the left and the right to communicate with one another. And it is so important that communication line stays open. Because once you squash speech and you squash dissent, you will have violence, period. It has been like that since the dawn of man. When the other side cannot speak, they will get violent. They will speak out in some form of violence. And that's how civil wars start. It's like having a battered wife, where the husband is, every time the wife says something, he smacks her. And so the wife doesn't talk, and then every time she does talk and says her opinion, she gets smacked. What do you think is going to happen to that wife eventually? She's going to file for a divorce, or worse. And that's exactly what we're looking at here. We must make sure that the communication lines stay open and that censorship is not allowed in the town square. And Elon Musk is fighting the good fight, man, but he's got $44 billion riding on the line here. And in that interview, he actually said, by these companies, these massive corporations starting this advertising boycott, pulling out millions of dollars, possibly billions, it will tank X. The platform will sink, he said. And he said, we will document it in detail so that the entire world knows who destroyed the public square. And he's right. People will know. If X does go under, if X does tank and they have to close their doors and shut down the platform, then everybody should know exactly who is responsible. These people are the hate people. They are the haters. They are everything they claim to hate. They are. The media is the true enemy of the republic. And when Donald Trump said that, I was shocked. But now I see exactly what he's talking about. Another one of the things Donald Trump was right about. They are the enemy of the republic. We now have a media that has a mainstream media that is owned by these same corporations, by Comcast, by AT&T. It is the woke corporate elites. That is what they are. These people no longer want to be masters of their own universe. They want to be masters of the globe. They want to be masters of you and me. They want to control everything we do, what we drive, what we eat, where we sleep, what we think. They're trying to control what we think. And they can do it even more effectively now because now they're starting to collude with government. Government and the media are now one single entity. They have a symbiotic relationship that its main mission is to force their agenda onto the free people. We are free people in this country, folks. And if they want to change this shit, they're going to have to come through us. We're not going to allow these people to just, completely run roughshod over our founding documents, over our culture and our society, and ruin our education and ruin our children, ruin our future, all in the name of some stupid-ass woke garbage bullshit that they call social justice. It's not social justice. It is bullshit Marxism that is going to destroy this country. And in some ways, they want it to destroy the country. But in others, the useful idiots that support it, they don't know any better. They just want to give their life purpose and meaning so that they can lay their head down at night and they can feel proud that they actually contributed to something in their life because they don't believe in anything. They don't fear a higher power. They only fear humans. And when you only fear yourself and you only fear humans, you start to lose your morals. You start to lose your moral compass. All right? And that's exactly what's happening to these people. I've said this over and over and over again. The more religion is removed from our society, the worse things get. This country was founded on religion. Freedom of religion. It was founded in Christianity and God we trust. It was founded. These are the basic fundamentals of our country, the basic principles and morals and ethics, the 10 Commandments, Christianity, God, Jesus, okay, Judeo-Christian values. And so what happens when a vast portion of the population no longer believes in that God and no longer believes in those Judeo-Christian values anymore? Now they got to believe in something. And just like G.K. Chesterton said, a man that doesn't believe in God, it's not that he doesn't believe in nothing. It's that he'll believe in anything. And they've turned this social justice into a freaking religion, man. They've turned climate change into a religion. These people are willing to worship anything that gives their life meaning. When God and Jesus and Christianity and religion and Judeo-Christianity could give their lives meaning, but they just don't have faith. They think it's stupid because I think it's Satan has taken over this country. Evil, folks, evil, pure evil has taken over this country. This is why we're seeing some of the most grotesque stuff, like children mutilating their genitals, teachers sexualizing the children. You have governments that are allowing children to make life-changing decisions by chopping off their private parts. Like, we have pure evil in this country. And it's all brought to us by these woke corporations, these same corporations that are trying to destroy X, Elon Musk, and the entire damn thing. Nobody finds it coincidental that Elon Musk, at the same time that he dropped the Twitter files and exposed the entire corrupt organization and the collusion and coercion of the government and social media platforms censoring people's speech. That is a violation of the First Amendment, and the United States government got caught violating the First Amendment. And that panel of judges even said that the Biden administration violated people's First Amendment rights. And nobody finds it coincidental that it's the DOJ and the United States government under the Biden administration that's targeting Elon Musk in lawsuits and lawfare, just like they're doing to Donald Trump. This is how these people operate. This is the beginning days of an authoritarian autocracy with Marxism and all the other bad stuff that you can think of. We don't know the direction this country's going in. But just like I always say, history doesn't repeat itself, but it definitely rhymes. And we are watching the repeat of history for whatever reason. Maybe the fourth turning, I don't know. They say a drastic event happens every 80 to 90 years. And the last crazy thing to happen was World War II. And last I checked, 1943, which was the middle of the United States' involvement in World War II, was 80 years ago. So it's pretty crazy stuff, man. The fourth turning's pretty deep. Maybe we'll get into it on the next show. So anyways, I just wanted to fill you guys into this boycott. I'm glad to see this boycott taking off on X. I'm glad to see so many people canceling their subscriptions, and I'm glad to see I'm glad to see that the patriotic Americans in this country and the people that are just fed up with this bullshit that are actually trying to fight back, and they know exactly where they need to hit them, and that is their wallet. And I'm just glad that I'm starting to see this movement go viral, and we do need to Bud Light Disney. And then when Disney's given up and they want to apologize for what they've done to this country for the last decade or 20 years, and they want to start supporting this country and helping get this country back on track, then maybe we'll stop the boycott. But until then, we need to be relentless, we need to be savage, and we need to boycott the hell out of Disney. Don't buy any tickets, don't go to any amusement parks, don't buy anything Disney, don't buy movies, don't buy anything from Disney. We need to show Disney that the American people don't want the woke garbage that they're forcing down our throats. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you for tuning in. This show turned out to be way longer than I thought. I'm scrolling through social media, it pissed me off, so I wanted to fill you in on what was going on. I'm sure you're going to be hearing about it all over the weekend. Maybe not, maybe, but you're definitely going to be hearing a lot about this movement. If you see the movement and you want to be a part of it, cancel your Disney subscription, cancel Paramount, and do whatever you can to fight in this battle for the savior of our country. You have free agency. You can do it. That is why this country is so great, and the founding fathers made it that way for a reason. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. If you want to get a hold of me, StephenTauriello@gmail.com. I will leave this article and the video in my podcast description so you guys can watch it for yourself. If you could, I'd really appreciate it. Follow me on the social media platforms. Follow me on Rumble. Really appreciate that. I upload all these videos to Rumble every single day, and so I prefer you to actually watch it on Rumble over YouTube, but I get it if you don't. Just either way, share the show. Share it with your friends and family. It really helps get the word out there. We're gonna have to mark this show as explicit, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. We'll make up for it on the next show. But as always, thank you guys. I want you guys to have a good day. Have a great weekend. God bless you and God bless America. You guys have a good day. Bye-bye.